A new UN report is calling on the international community to cut ties with Myanmar's military and the companies it controls and relies on. It accuses the military of using the wealth of its vast business holdings to help fund atrocities against ethnic groups. It refers in particular to the military's genocidal intent against the Rohingya minority.
Well, the report cites two main enterprises, Myanmar Economic Holdings Limited and Myanmar Economic Cooperation. They are owned by top officials in military, which also controls two large banks.
UN investigators warn that foreign firms doing business with them could be complicit in international crimes. Investigators also identified at least 59 foreign companies with commercial links to the military, from European firms to Asian ones. They say these numbers are just the tip of the iceberg.
The UN probe is calling for targeted sanctions against companies run by the military and an arms embargo. It argues the army's business empire allows it to evade accountability and oversight.
The investigation team urged the Myanmar government to eliminate the military's alternative sources of revenue by placing it under civilian control. Chandni Vadvani reports from the mission's media conference in Jakarta.
The report, according to the mission, for the first time details the degree to which Myanmar's military has used its own businesses, foreign companies and arms deals to support operations against ethnic groups with impunity. The mission has called on the UN Security Council and member states to immediately impose targeted sanctions against companies run by the military and do businesses with unaffiliated companies instead. The international community, according to the mission, has been slow to respond to calls for sanctions. So far, sanctions have been applied on 4 of 6 members of the military, and only the US has implemented sanctions on the top 2 military members. Now, 2 companies cited in the mission's report, Myanmar Economic Holdings Limited, MEHL, and Myanmar Economic Cooperation, MEC, the report says are owned and influenced by senior military leaders, including the Commander-in-Chief, Senior General Min Aung Hlaing, and Deputy Commander-in-Chief, Vice Senior General So Win, both of whom the mission has previously said must be investigated and prosecuted for genocide, crimes against humanity and war crimes. The 2 companies own at least 120 businesses in various sectors ranging from construction to pharmaceuticals, manufacturing and tourism, among many others, and have perpetrated international human rights and humanitarian law violations, including forced labor and sexual violence in connection with their business activities. Now, the mission has also said that ASEAN has been agonizingly slow in addressing the human rights concerns.
My sense is that perhaps ASEAN have not allowed the consequences of the conclusions of the fact-finding mission to sink in and to understand the ultimate consequences of allowing the issue to drag on.
That's not all. The mission has also called for the imposition of an arms embargo, citing at least 14 foreign firms that have supplied fighter jets, armored combat vehicles, warships, missiles and missile launchers to Myanmar since 2016. At least 15 foreign firms have been found to have joint ventures with the companies run by the military, while 44 others have some form of commercial ties with military-run businesses. The mission says that these foreign companies risk contributing to or being linked to violations of international human rights and humanitarian law. Now, the fact-finding mission will present its final report to the UN Human Rights Council in September. Chandni Vadvani, CNA, Jakarta.